Welcome. Welcome to this Chaturanga tutorial with myself, Colette, and the lovely Frankie. We are going to really look at some refinement in this very challenging pose. And it's really important, actually, and I feel quite strongly about Chaturanga and making sure that we are in good alignment, because it can really be something that causes a lot of damage to the body. It's something that we do over and over again, and it's a kind of a big thing really in the sort of yoga world, is getting Chaturanga right so that we're supporting students safely. Things that we're going to look at today are super integration and engagement in order to be able to come down in a straight line. And we're also going to look at the favourite, which is the shoulders and the shoulder alignment. Frankie, would you please come to all fours, and we'll crack on, we'll get straight in there. Frankie brings her hands as wide as her shoulders, spreads the fingers wide, and you want to have the shoulders directly above the wrists. We're going to walk the knees back so we get the core switched on. And when you're coming into this sort of level 1 stage of Chaturanga, if Chaturanga is new to you and you are just starting out on your yoga journey, this is where you're going to be. And this is going to feel really, really strong unless you're already super, super fit and doing lots of other stuff. Frankie, please engage your core by drawing your hips towards your ribs or your pubis towards your sternum. It's going to take the pressure out the low back and start to get our core engaged. Look forward, Frankie, and really look forward even more. Broaden the collarbones, bend the elbows back and lower halfway. Keep the elbows into the body. Inhale to press back up. Brilliant. Exhale, come down. You see how slowly she's moving down. Elbows stay close to the body. And then we've got this wonderful straight line or right angle happening. Come back up. Good. Okay. Come to your knees, Frankie, and just rest. So let's have a little look at that alignment. Chaturanga, really, when we're in our full form of it, and what you'll see is that we get this right angle where the elbows are in line with the shoulders and the wrists are in line with the elbows. So you've got this like 7 shape. It's like, what shape is that? So 7 shape. And this is so hard, hugging the elbows into the body. This is the form and this is the shape. This is the basic form. And what you saw with Frankie is that her shoulders weren't dropping forward in any way. And a lot of the time in vinyasa, it can be really easy when we're in power vinyasa classes and we're moving really fast, is to lose the integration, to lose the strength and stability, and just to kind of drop down and ripple through into cobra. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on the rotator cuffs. So it's super important to keep these guys engaged. So it's head of the arm bone back is really the cue that I'd like you to really think about when moving through the practice. Head of the arm bone back. So this is arm bones, head of the arm bones forwards. This is head of the arm bone drawing back. Let's have a look at this from full plank coming down into full Chaturanga. Frankie comes to all fours. And then coming to plank in your own way, my love. Perfect. Frankie has a really strong plank, and she's hugging everything into the center. So plank gets a little easier when the legs are activated and the glutes are activated, and all of these guys with all these big muscle groups are working super, super hard to support you. So get that going on, and then light up the core, lift through the pelvic floor, the low belly, draw the front ribs in, so you're really corseting the front body to the back body. Look forwards, Frankie, and come through into Chaturanga. Elbows bend back into the body, shoulders stay in line with the elbows. Press back to plank and take a child's pose. Beautifully done. Takes a lot of time to build this kind of strength, unless, like I say, you're already strong, you've already got other kind of practices in your life. What you can find, particularly if you're a guy and you do a lot of press-ups, is that there's a lot of a lot of muscle, a lot of tissue that's built and conditioned in certain ways and certain patterns. And that can be quite hard coming to yoga, where we're kind of reconditioning the body in a different way. So this principle of bringing the elbows in and keeping the shoulders high is super important. And yeah, and play with that on your knees to begin with, and just start to practice this particular, because also if you're new to yoga, like this is gonna be hard enough. Actually keeping it, bending your elbows back and coming low is like, could be total next level. And what might want to happen is the elbows might want to collapse like this. That's actually a lot harder on your body. So just play with keeping your core engaged. So all this front body is pulling towards the back body, and then looking forwards and keeping your heart broad, your collarbones broad, lots of space across the front body while all of this is integrated. And you'll be fine. And it will all happen and it will all come. And before you know it, you'll have the best Chaturanga anyone ever saw ever. There you go. Enjoy. And thank you. And thank you, Frankie. Namaste.